game. There are circumstances where I'd rather be the human player than the orc player, though. Because I'm not super confident with my mid to late game as orc. But I was kind of sick of just losing to other orcs, in all honesty. So I just thought, fight fire with fire, pretty much. It is a lot easier, up to a point. Not everything about orc is easy. So I will give them some credit. There is quite a lot of attention to detail that you need to put in when you're fighting. More than you would think than other races. With human, it's not so bad, actually. Like, human probably is technically the hardest race, but that's more if you're playing it at the top level. I don't play it at the top level, do I? So, I don't think human's that difficult to play. It's pretty straightforward. Archmage, Mountain King, or Archmage plus second hero. Then Water Elementals to creep. Footmen to start off with. Then Spellcasters. Sorks are incredibly good. Priests are very good at healing. Spellbreakers are insanely good. So you just try to get anything like that into your army composition. And, yeah. You'll have a good time, pretty much. I should really be scouting down, so I'm going to go and change that peon's direction. You can block the golem here, but I just don't know if it's worth the hassle. It is harder to do, so I'm going to go with the easier option, but I take more damage from doing it. And it's also worse if he gets scouted. Doesn't look like... Oh! He is! I should actually harass. I should be harassing here. Because this is my experience, is I lost to a human player just because he got higher level than me. Can't build my burrow. There we go. He should really be attacking my base, to be quite frank. That's a very good move. That's a very bad move for me. I don't know where his Archmage is, so that's bad for me as well. Ah. Oh. He got circlet, yeah. Alright, this is very bad for me. He got boots of speed, his Archmage has disappeared, he got the grunt kill. This is going incredibly well for him. I couldn't get any damage done. I'm going to have to watch the replay on this one to see if there's anything I could have done better. Because how do I stop him otherwise? Because he's going to get level 3 soon.
I am yours. Huh? Yes. What you want? Yes. For the horde.
Like, he'll even get this. Yeah, he's already level 3. I can't actually stop him. Can't actually stop him. Feels bad, man. Yeah, he's denying every... This guy's got to be high tier level. He's level 3, so my base is going to get fucked in a moment. Because he's going to come straight here with his second hero and attack. It's really bad for me. Really bad.
I am yours. Are you hero and what you want? Excellent choice, Master. Yes, Lord. We need more task. What you want? Yes, Lord. I am yours, Master. Yes, Lord. Are you hero and obey? I am yours. What you want? What task is there? Yes, Lord. Yes. Move faster. What you want? I am yours. I listen. What task is there? Something in doing. Are you hero and obey? Do I kill first? Yes, Lord. We are yours. Hiding. Work complete. I am yours. What you want? What task is there? We need more numbers. Direct my blade. I am yours. What task is there? On the burning blade! Wait! Yes! Use my I am power. Yours. Haste my blade! Dabu! Swobu! Dabu! Nokta! Oh! Huh? Zugsa! What task is there? What you want? Oh! Huh? Dabu! Nokta! We're under attack! Direct my blade. Yes. What task is there? I am yours. Oh, yes. What task is there? We are work complete. Yes, Lord. Are you hero and obey? Use my power. Swobu. I am yours. I dreamed of this. Hook to the head. Direct my blade. What task is there? Big Deb. Wait! I am yours. I listen. Yeah, man. Do faster. We be charming. What task is there? It be a pleasure. Yeah, man.
3 more mana. 3 more mana. You know you're not going to get it, don't you? Oh.
We're under attack. Yes, Lord. We be what task is there? What troubles you? Yes, Lord. Direct my blade. Yes, work complete. We are what task is there? Hiding. Are you hero and yeah, obey? Man. Ready to ride. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Move faster. We be charming. I am yours. Right. We be charming. What task is there? You be my next victim. I am yours. Yeah, man. What task is there? Our enemies be hiding. Oh. Right. Yes, Chieftain. Yes, Lord. Haste to my blade. What task is there?
This is good, though. He gets no experience for that.
What task is there? Excellent.
Ah, that's bad, though.
Yes, Lord. Research complete. Need something. I am yours. Yes, Chieftain.
Right, macro's gone down a shitter, so let's try to build some units.
Yes, haste to my blade. Are you hero and obey? Yes, Lord. Excellent choice. Are you hero and obey? Yes, excellent choice. Yes, yes. Excellent. Say the word. I am my life. It is destined. I am one. I answer. I am one. I see. I am yours. Are you hero and obey? Excellent choice.
Don't have a shop though.
Yes. What task is there? Yes. What trouble? I am yours.
I don't know whether to creep or whether to creep Jack. He's probably going to want to go creep with his Archmage. Doesn't have the Mount King yet.
I am yours. I am one. Oh. Excellent complete.
I think he'll be coming down here to do this, in all honesty.
Oh. What task is
Yeah,
there?
he is.
I will do and obey. I will do and obey. Excellent choice. Say the word. Research something. Oh. Haste to my blade. I am one. What task is there? Yes, yes, Lord. I am yours. Come on. Oh, something. What task is there? Not yes, say the word. Something. I am yours. Say the word. We're under attack. I am one. Oh. For the burning blade. Build for I am yours. Yes. Oh. Something me doing? Yes. What task is there? Happy to. Yes, Lord. Oh. I dream. I say the word. I am one. I answer the yes, chieftain. Yes, Lord. I am yours. What task is there? Ready to ride. Excellent choice.
Oh shit.
Oh. Say the word. I am yours. I am one. I will hear and obey.
Guess that was too greedy to creep.
I will hear and obey. I answer the call. I see. I dream of love. I am one. Oh, yes, chieftain. I answer the call. I see. We're under attack. Who do I kill? What task is there? Use my power. Yes, Lord. Yes. What task is there? Yes, Lord. I am yours. Use my power. Oh, research. Yes, Lord. Oh, work complete. What task is there? Yes, Lord. Use my power. What task is there? Haste to my blade. I answer the call. You're yours. I release. What trouble is? What task is there? I am yours. I am one. Say the word. Not enough. Oh. Yes, Lord. I am yours. I will hear and obey. Faster. What task is there? We're under attack. Oh. Direct my blade. What task is there? I use my power. Oh. Yes, Lord. I am yours. Oh. Yes, excellent choice. What task is there? I am ready to ride. What task is there? Yes, Lord. Say the word. What task is there? Yes, Lord. I will hear and obey. Oh. We need more gold. What task is there? Need something? Yes. Yes, Lord. Oh. It is desolate. I am yours. Yes, Lord. What troubles you? I am yours. Ready to ride. Use my power. Yes, Lord. Hey. Ha! I am one. I am yours. Who be my next big yes, Lord. Yes, chieftain. I am one. Direct my blade. Taste of my blade. Who do I kill first? Say the word. Yes, Lord. I dream. Oh. Yes, Lord. Excellent choice. Yes, chieftain. What task is there? Oh. Yes. What task is there? It be a pleasure. Oh. Use my power. I am yours. Who I kill first? Yes, Lord. We are enemies. What task is there? Direct I am yours. I answer what? Are you hero and obey? Be my next victim. Ready to ride. I answer my power. Direct my blade. Yes, Lord. Can I help you? Oh, I am one. Spirits of the next victim. Yes, Lord. Direct my blade. Hello. I answer to be my next victim. I dream. Direct my blade. I am one. Can I help you? We need more gold. Oh, use my power. Yes, Lord. Just as I am yours. What task is there? Yes, I dream of this. Use my power. Yes, Lord. I answer the charming. What task is there? Are you hero and obey? What troubles you? I am yours. I dreamed of this. I can do that. Oh, I answer the call. Yes, Lord. I dreamed. I am yours. Direct. Yes, Lord. I answer. Yes. Be happy to. I dreamed of big step. What task is there? Thirsty. Yes. Excellent choice. What you want? I am yours. Use my power. What task is there? Say the word. For Doomhammer! Yes, we're under attack! Oh. I am yours. What task is there? We are yes, Lord. I dream. What task is there? Oh. What I am yours. Yes, Lord. What task is there? Need something? Yes, Lord. I am one. I answer the call. Oh. Yes, then. I am yours. Say no word. Need something? Trouble. I dream. Trouble. What yes, then. Yes, Lord. I am yours. Say the word. One. Direct my blade. Oh, need something. I am yours. Yes, Lord. For the burning blade. I dream. Use my power. What task is there? Will be my next victim. Yes, Lord. I am yours. Just
No macro at all.
yes, Lord. Direct my blade. I am yours. Haste to my blade. My power. Trouble. What task is there? Yes, Lord. Yes, chieftain. Oh.
Damn. Lucky level.
Yes, Lord. I am yours. We're under attack. What task is there? We need more gold. Yes, chieftain. Yes, Lord. Ready to ride. Yes, Lord. I am yours. We're under attack. Are you hero and obey the word? I answer the call. What task is there? Not I am yours. Excellent choice. What task is there? Need something? I answer the call. We're under attack! Wait! Excellent! Yes? What task is there? I am yours. Yes, Lord. Wait! What task is there? I am one. I am yours. What do you want? Yes, Lord. Are you hero and obey? I am yours. What task is there? I answer. Oh. The spirits surround. I am yours. Yes. Oh. Just as I was. Yes, Lord. Excellent choice. Are you hero and obey? Yes. Excellent choice.
Yeah, this is very bad news. Not sure how to finish the game now if he's got an expansion. I basically have to win the fight.
We're under attack. Yes, Lord. My next big death. Oh. What task is there? I am one. Yes, Lord. I am yours. Will be my next big death. What you want? Is death. Yes, Lord. Oh. What task is there? Oh. Yes, Lord. That's right. Direct my blade. Say the word. Our gold mine has collapsed. Yes, I answer the call. Not enough mana. Good task is there. I will kill and obey. What do you want? I am one. Will be my next big death.
Yeah, I think he's got too much gold now. I feel like he's got too much gold.
I am yours. I am one. Need something. We be dominant. Yes, I answer the call. Yes, Lord. I dream. Excellent work. I am one. Oh. I am yours. Yes, Lord. What do you want? I dream. I am yours. Oh. I will hero and obey. Take to my blade. Yes, Lord. Task is there. Yes, Lord. I am yours. What task is there? I dream. Yes, Lord. Excellent. I am one. I will hero and obey. Oh. Wait. Yes. Do I kill? Yes. I answer. What task is there? Direct my blade. I am one. What task is there? Oh. I am yours. Wait. Oh. Direct my blade. Yes, Lord. For the burning blade. I answer. I am yours.
GG.
Task is there. I am one.
That's a hard fight.
Excellent choice. Will be my next big death.
I mean, I had the stronger heroes, but I didn't feel confident that I won the game. Killing the heroes means that... I mean, does the Mountain King get away, or could I... If I was unable to surround the Mountain King... I suppose I got hexes, so I should be able to kill him. He's got a lot of gold. An extra 5,000. Jeez. I would have to open up an expansion. I'd either have to focus on killing the Mountain King, or just go here, clear this, sell my items. So, maybe even sell Robe of the Magi. 200. Probably boosts the speed on the Blade Master at this point, maybe. Or Shadow Hunter. So, 325 gold. Basically got Great Hall here, with the gold that's coming in.
What do you want?
I reckon they do aggro, even if it's daytime. They should still activate, yeah. I'll have to get this expansion, because there's no way he can stop it with just a Mountain King attacking. He doesn't have any units. He's got the gold coming there. The Archmage comes back. It would be tough to beat,
I can do that.
but it won't come back too fast. So I think that game is locked down, whether he leaves or not.
Yes, Lord.
But it's certainly not easy, because he's still got the expansion, and I don't. I've got no income at this point.
I am yours. Some.
I needed better upgrades on my units as well. But I didn't have that many raiders. I wanted to get more raiders, but he was really going out of his way to pick them off. Which is why you see me with so many Spirit Walkers, as opposed to... I don't have 5 Spirit Walkers and 5 raiders. I have 5 Spirit Walkers and 0 raiders. Because every time the raider would be there, he'd be focusing the heck out of it. And I ran out of mana, eventually, for disenchants. So I couldn't get rid of a lot of those water elementals. Oh my goodness, that is the closest game ever, is it not? I mean, maybe not technically the closest game ever, because I should have won it, but at least from the score point of view. Look at that! 3 points. We're talking about 5 digits, and it came down to 3 points. his Mountain King didn't get high enough level. My Shadow Hunter level 5 at the end there. Very nice. So I had 12,000, he had 16,000. So he had 4,000 more gold, and he actually didn't go over upkeep. I wonder how much gold he had at the end. I don't think he would have had that much, otherwise he wouldn't have left, because he'd just go and buy his Archmage again and he'd still be in the game. So he probably was down to very little gold. I was worried about there being an expansion at the bottom left. But he was in a position where it was all protected. Alright, GG. I still want to see the replay to see if there's a way my Blade Master can get down there. Hello, Squiggly. I thought I lost the game because of just how try-hard he was being. He was very try-hard. So Blade Master, did I build that altar as quickly as I could? Like, the Blade Master's not even out at this point. He's out now. He should move down almost immediately. He does stand there for a brief moment, but that's mostly because I'm scared about Warcraft 3 rally points. I would just right-click down here, but I know that Warcraft rally points are awful. So if I right-click here, he's going to end up spawning behind here. I want to go through the shop, which is basically on its way anyway. He's crept this very efficiently, because his militia are like barely damaged at all. That's really, yeah, I think the reason look at that. That is super efficient. That's partly why he doesn't actually, he's not in a troubled spot right now. Like, my Blade Master can't do nothing, because he did such a good job creeping it. I'm going to look at that again in a moment. That creep camp is very... It can go really well for you as human or really bad, and that was one of the times where it goes really well. Everything's crept. It's done before militia runs out. So he must have positioned himself just right. The Rock Golem must have fallen into... Look, the Blade Master's coming down. Because this is what... I would have pulled the Golem. But first is human. If they get level 3, it's really hard. And he's already 2 and a bit. Blade Master cannot kill anything here. I'll just do some damage and then hoped that there would be a peasant down here building a farm, which there was. Because at least I got to interrupt that.
Job's done. Our town is under siege.
His mistake, in my opinion, was not going straight to my base at this point. He wanted to get level 3 before going to my base. But he could have crushed my base.
Ready to work. Ready for action.
Which is why I pulled the grunt down. Because I didn't... When he started to go up here, I was like, oh, you better come back down. Because I don't want you actually leading to my base. I wanted to get the last hit here. I had to save my grunt in the end. Because this is how desperate I am to try to stop him getting level 3. But I just can't manage it. He gets the kill there just a split second before I can. Archmage goes, picks up Boots of Speed. Blade Master has to come and rescue the grunt. Luckily, Windwalk is literally just about to end. So, that was split second timing. My Blade Master's Windwalk actually ran out as I got inside of that. So here we are again. He wants to come and fight this. The idea was to block the Archmage off. I was thinking about last hitting the grunt with a peon, but I thought it's better to just try to save the grunt than to try to get a deny with a peon that doesn't exactly do that much damage. So make way for the grunt. And then pull... See, if I had this... I mean, in hindsight, I should have used this peon to try to slow the Archmage down and have this peon act as the third block. Because that peon, if he kept going down, might have just been able to stop that Archmage from getting in range for another shot.
Our forces are under attack.
Might have. Of course I don't get the experience. Look at my level 1.0 Blade Master. It's like, what the hell, man. Everything gets denied. Starford teleports out, so he can do this creep camp. I should have come straight down here. Did I go straight down there? No. I ran over to get boots of speed. I know why. Because it helps a lot for chasing the Archmage down, or any units. But if I came straight down here, I could have at least interrupted this. Instead, I get nothing again, and he's got level 3. Like, this is honestly an awful start for me. Awful. Absolutely awful. His tech is late, though, because of all of this, at least. This is an amazing... Yeah, like you said, this is an amazing early game for this guy. Absolutely amazing. Everything that can go well for him is basically going well for him. I wanted to put as much threat in the Archmage as possible so he can't sit in my base all day. I need to get the heal, but at the same time, I've got dust, so I go the long way around. I think he can, I want to see how much of me he can see. I guess it's just whatever his Archmage can see, which is it is the whole lot. Yeah, he can see the Blade Master trying to sneak around. So he wants to get a hit on the Blade Master. Huh. The Blade Master didn't get hit because of that. So you got to keep the healing style for just an extra second or two. There you go. Archmage is super vulnerable now. So now it's just try to pick off units. I think this is where the game went better for me. Second hero comes out. Try to get 2 to 3 guaranteed kills. So there's a second one. I think I lost track because there's 2 critters here. I actually lost track of the rabbit. Because when I was attack moving, he was going for this one. And not the rabbit that's right next to him. So when I looked back at my Shadow Hunter, I was like, oh, what happened to the... Because there's 3 of them. This is also another good reason just to kill critters. Because they cause confusion. Forcing the left-hand side. Where's his Mountain King? Oh, it's not yet, is it? So he's still in trouble. But I can't chase the Archmage. The Grunt can't stick around. I need to get healing on that. Oh, his staff are teleported over here.
Work complete. We're under attack.
The Grunt really is the saviour here because he allows me to get so much damage on this Archmage. Mountain King's coming now, which is actually... This could have gone really south if he gets the Shadow Hunter.
We're under attack.
That was a big deal. And you think how far... 8 minutes into the game and I've only just got level 2. So technically 2 and 1. He's still 3 and 1.
Work complete. Ready to ride.
My macro's out down the pan. I did a good job of moving my Shadow Hunter, but I didn't move him as much as I could have done. I could have avoided a bolt completely, but perhaps it was a good thing that he used the bolt and didn't get much damage done with it. Only the Footman hit like once. He wants to get Militia kill on it. It's got Spirit Link, so I think that's helping a lot. I know I've got Windwalk, so I'm okay. Raider, good timing. But that was a very solid surround. At the cost of losing his hero. In hindsight, I should have moved my Shadow Hunter higher. Just so he was constantly moving, rather than move into a position where he can just attack again. Which is what I originally did. That was bad news. When I saw those Sorks, I thought, oh... really bad. But he made an overcommitment here. He didn't pay attention to the mana. Should have just ran here. He gained nothing from trying to do this. He's trying to be too clever. Time to go recoup and reheal. So I'm at 45 food. He's at 37 food. I did wonder about me attacking, whether it was a good idea or not. I was right, though, in what he was going to do. Go to the bottom left. It did seem like one of the most logical places I would imagine him to go. I think, yeah, because he wasn't here. It was like, well, I doubt he's going over here. He's going to go straight to creep because he's a human player. So, creep jack is had. Did I get the last hit? No, I missed it, unfortunately. I'm not the best when it comes to getting those last hits with the Blade Master, because I'm quite new to it, so I don't always calculate the damage correctly. There's a couple of more Sorks. This keeps his Sork numbers down, which is really good for me. Disenchant, get rid of slow. Spirit Link again. Focus on the Mountain King. It's one of my favourite things to do, actually. A lot of people should do this. He is really scary, so if you make him in a position where he doesn't have the power to be scary quite so much, you're going to have a good time. Just always keep him low, and that way you can dominate and control a bit better. That Raider got away. That's insanely lucky. Don't get to benefit from any creeps, though, so I'm still... Well, I'm just 3 now and 2. So I've got a lot of my experience. He's still 4 and 1. Got a lot of my experience just from killing these units. Like, nothing from creeping. Ah. See, this was a mistake to creep this. Because he just came straight back. You should be running back to base. I should have paid attention to the slow raider. Gave away my position a bit as well. So now I have to waste a whole bunch of mana casting Disenchant for every slow or 2 he casts. So it's like 1 Disenchant, because he's going to spam it. 2 Disenchant. Keep the Archmage under control. I think there might have been 3 Disenchants really in total, so it wasn't too bad, but it's 3 Disenchants more than I should have had to spend. That's 450 mana. No, it's not. 250. It's 375 mana. So being a greedy human player with his water elementals, he's probably going to go creep. I just needed to recoup a bit and then obviously come back down here. I think if he was more patient and put himself in less vulnerable positions... Oh, that was sick, that Hex. That was just gorgeous. He's used so many healing potions as well. I should win this fight anyway, really. Although I am always scared. The biggest problem with the Mountain King, though, is if you do focus him and then you can't quite kill him, and he's just like half or 25% health, but sitting at the back lines. I guess he's not doing too much damage whilst he's there, but... I got no raiders to chase this down, though. Yeah, the idea was to speed scroll, get the last hit, and then walk off. But because the Kodo comes in, I get ensnared. So I had to commit. He could have come back, maybe. But probably didn't want to push his luck more than he already had done. When he can creep this without any problems. So I wasn't sure whether to attack or not. I guess at this point I should have checked for an expansion. Hindsight is so easy. But I knew... I think I researched Pillage. I like this kill on the Sorceress. It's like send a few range units and my hero to attack her while she's ensnared. Another Sork killed. The way he's positioned this, though, it's so protected versus raiders. I didn't have speed scroll, but I did have town portal, so the idea was just to kill a unit and then town portal out. So just get the priest, town portal out. I could have eaten something as well with the Kodo, if I was paying more attention. This is where he's starting to get the gold, it's starting to rake in. So I'd say I made a really good comeback in the midpoint. But because he's got this expansion, that can basically nullify a lot of the hard work that I did to come back into the game. Because he's still creeping, he's still powering up his heroes, still getting good items. Kegger's Gem of Health. That is one tanky Mountain King. And I'm still focused on trying to do a little bit of damage to his main. I didn't believe I could kill his main, but I wanted to sort of keep him on his toes. Hey, tell him, thank you very much there for the resub. Peons come in, spread the Spirit Link.
Rainbows in the waifu dryad.
See, the Demolisher was
Save
just
me
to be a
from
threat to the
WTii's
casters. But I'm not...
Dungeon of Eternal Pain.
What's this?
I will be very grateful. Very.
Is this a lot of hyperbole?
Puppy.
Yeah, I think it might be. Threaten the Mountain King again. But I don't think I could kill him because I've only got I've got a few raiders, but they're in terrible position. Look at them. This position is awful for me. But I didn't have any way out of it because I didn't have a speed scroll nor a town portal. So I should have bought one. We've got a similar sized army because I didn't macro particularly great.
Our forces are under attack.
He's not getting any gold income because he's pulled every militia off. Everything he's got, apart from this one guy, apparently. Try to concentrate. I spent too much time dicking around there, but yeah, always focus the casters if you're not sure what to do. It's not always easy when they're spamming slow on you, but you have to, basically. How does this position look? I just go for the priest chomp. Prefer a spellbreaker, though. He's got no healing. His militia are getting killed, so this kind of helps a bit with the gold difference. He's going to focus on the Shadow Hunter. Can't really get a good position.
I smell magic in the air.
Spirit Link reapplied. Kodo maybe getting focused next. But Mountain King... Blade Master constantly wanted decent hits on the Mountain King. I got a few, but not as many as I wanted. Clutch invulnerability. He's got his invulnerability. Heal up. The only danger now is after 5 to 7 seconds. That's gone. So try to keep the Shadow Hunter out of range of the Mountain King for the potential Storm Bolt. But then come back in to finish him off if need be. Fight looks good for me, really, though. And now that's it. Reposition. He wants his Storm Bolt. Does he get his Storm Bolt? He does. Immediately, as soon as he can. Mountain King has to die here. But I have got Invulnerability Potion. So that mitigates a whole bunch of extra damage. Shadow Hunter, terrible position. Shadow Hunter gets killed, though. I didn't reapply Spirit Link. Although, to be fair, at this point, I was in pretty much panic mode. Trying to send you back. Issue a command to him afterwards to send him back. And then afterwards apply Spirit Link. If I was quicker, I'd apply Spirit Link and then do that. Or I'd apply Spirit Link as I'm doing that. So he basically gets picked off. And now the Blade Master gets really lucky. Because he just needs a tiny bit of experience. And he levels up.
Our hero has been slain.
And gets to avoid the killing blow. Oh, that priest. Do I get to kill the priest in the end? Or do I let him go? Because I'm too busy just... At this point, I basically just select my units and right-click back to my base. And he did. Did you hear that noise? He ate the priest just before. So I'm concentrating on bringing my Blade Master back to try to get items on him. And then, meanwhile, just make sure that the injured Spirit Walkers don't get picked off. And then keep the Archmage in place. Raider distracts. Peons distract that Spellbreaker. This looks really good for me. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. He's down to 337, 31, 35 food. But of course, because he's got the expansion, he's kind of rebuilding. His Archmage needs to be careful here. But I obviously want to get the pick-offs. I should have done a better job there of saving my units. Did I save you? No, I lost 2 units there. That was bad. I shouldn't have lost that. If I lose a 3rd unit, that's really bad. I think I do. Yeah, that was not great. I mean, 2 Spirit Walkers is Spirit Breakers. Spirit Breakers? Spell Breakers. But that was bad. I lost too many units there. That evened the food count now, because I did that. If I kept 3 of those units alive, I would have been much closer to 50 food. Mountain King comes out. Yeah. This guy has like no resources. He's got the economy kicking in now, but he didn't have an abundance because he lost so many fights, basically. When I saw that expansion, I was like, I could still easily lose this game. So I need to recoup, get mana on my heroes, so they're nice and strong. Have I got invulnerability potion? I got it on the Blade Master. 45 versus 43. He's got like no lumber because he kept taking his peasants off. So even if he does get gold, he can't. Because it also costs you lumber to get your hero out of the tavern, so if you've got low lumber, it's very bad. Look at this, so much focus on the spirit, on the raiders. He could have actually gone for the Shadow Hunter there, but actually went for the raiders, which I'd actually prefer him to go for my Shadow Hunter. Blade Master is not really that stacked either. A couple of circlets of nobility is pretty tame for a Blade Master. I should have put the claws of attack back on him, but I had to swap items to sort of like make sure that the Shadow Hunter was getting what he was getting as well. I don't always remember to replace the items. Whoa! So, Spirit Walkers, no mana for disenchant. And Archmage has tons of mana. So the longer this fight goes on, the worse it's going to get. So I need to kill whatever I can. Kill his little units, keep their numbers down. Yeah, he's got no lumber, man. So he's got all this gold, but he's got no lumber. He should have been macroing. Or even just take peasants out of gold. Because he can't build the units. He could overwhelm, he could swarm. It's a bit late though, because this fight's already happening, but in 20 to 30 seconds time he can rebolster his forces. I deliberately didn't finish that off with the Wind Walk, because I wanted to min-max the damage that I'm doing, if that makes sense to you. So I can take out both Sorks, rather than just focus on one and let the other one probably get away. Just trying to get the Archmage into an interesting position. For me, it's just kill anything and everything now. That disenchant was a bit unnecessary. Now chase him down. Why was he so greedy to use the Staff of Teleportation? If he didn't use it, he can come back into the game. Might not necessarily win it. But teleport out. This has gone about as bad as it can do. Teleport out. Go, okay, I've got lots of gold, no wood. Pull off. Get lots of wood. Okay, cool. Now we're good. We can start spamming out those units again and then recoup for another fight. This is so greedy. I know what he did because he storm bolted and hoped that the stun was long enough. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be, but it was probably about as close as it could be. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's probably like another second in that. That was so insanely greedy though. He's constantly got his heroes kitted up. And vulnerability as well, so he wasn't too much trouble. So greedy though, that last moment. I guess I would have just crept this. And maybe taken the expansion if I can go back quick enough and sell off my items. Put them onto Blade Master, sell them and get the expansion ASAP. GG. There you go. There's your hindsight. Just a real quick look back at how fast he did the Golem camp, because that was one of the most defining factors of what made his early games so strong.
Ready to work.
1, 2, 3. 3. So he goes for the barracks with the 4th peon. After these two are doing what they're doing.
Job's done, job's done.
And then fills up the gold mine. Yeah, the barracks gets built quite early there. Doesn't quite have the lumber there we go for the farm.
Ready to work.
That I think helps a lot, getting the barracks out much earlier. I'd get my barracks quite late when I do this. And I spend quite a lot of lumbers just trying to rebuild it faster. So if you build it earlier, you don't have to have so many peasants building it.
Job's done. Ready to job done. This had better be worth
2, 4, 6 peasants. He should have the 7th one come and join him as well. That's what Todd does. Wait. 2, 4, 6, 7. He has got 7. Where did he get the 7th one from? Wait. Is that... Yeah, that is 7. That's why he did it so fast. Yeah, if you bring just an extra militia... A lot of people try to do this with 6. If you just bring that extra militia, it goes a lot smoother. Well, he got... I feel like that went really well for him. That pull. The golem just pushed forward beautifully. This gets killed and then the golem gets surrounded. So that's how you kill this guy quickly. You're not having your units bounce back and forth on one another. Only the footman's done that. To try to position. Otherwise you can just bring this guy down really quick. Yep. GG. Okay, I see. Now we know.